In 1982, a 38-year-old man was sitting on a plane to Thailand, exhausted, jet-lagged, and quietly miserable. He had a stable job, a good salary, a respectable career, and he hated every second of it. He had no idea that a cheap drink sold to Thai truck drivers was about to make him one of the richest men on earth. This is the story of how Red Bull went from a working-class tonic nobody believed in to a $16 billion empire that created an entirely new industry. Dietrich Mateschitz was not a prodigy. It took him 10 years just to finish his business degree in Vienna. 10 years. While most of his classmates graduated and got on with their lives, Mateschitz was working as a ski instructor to pay his bills, drifting through his 20s without a clear direction. He eventually graduated at 28, got a job in marketing, and spent the next decade selling, of all things, toothpaste, for a German company called Blendax. By his late 30s, he had climbed the corporate ladder. He was international marketing director, well-paid, well-traveled, and completely empty. In his own words, he later described that period of his life like this: every airport looked the same. Every hotel bar looked the same. Every gray suit, every gray face, blurred into one long, forgettable routine. He was 38 years old and wondering if this was all there was. Then he got on a plane to Thailand, and everything changed. In Bangkok in 1982, Mateschitz discovered a local drink called Krating Dang. In Thai, that translates to red water buffalo. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't sold in fancy stores. It was a cheap, syrupy, intensely sweet tonic that Thai truck drivers, factory workers, and laborers drank to stay awake on long shifts. It had been invented by a former antibiotics salesman named Chalio Uvidya, a self-made Thai businessman who built a small pharmaceutical company and developed Krating Dang as a low-cost alternative to coffee. Mateschitz tried it for his jet lag, and it worked. But more than that, something clicked in his mind. He wasn't just drinking a beverage. He was looking at an opportunity that nobody in the Western world had seen yet. He thought, what if you took this formula, adapted it for Western tastes, and marketed it properly? He contacted Uvidya. They struck a deal. Each would invest $500,000 and split the company, Uvidya taking 51%, Mateschitz taking 49%. At the age of 40, Mateschitz quit his job, quit his salary, quit his stability, and bet everything on a drink that truck drivers in Thailand used to stay awake. For the next 3 years, Mateschitz heard one word more than any other: no. Market research said the drink would fail. Focus groups hated the taste. Industry experts said the carbonated, caffeinated formula was too strange for Western consumers. One report concluded, and this is almost too good to be true, that Red Bull was among the worst testing products ever evaluated. Regulatory bodies in multiple countries blocked it. It took years just to get approval to sell it in Austria. The $500,000 investment was disappearing. No revenue was coming in. Friends and colleagues told him to cut his losses and go back to a real career. And Mateschitz kept going. He spent 3 full years refining the formula, redesigning the packaging, and building a marketing concept unlike anything the drinks industry had seen before. No mass advertising, no TV commercials, no billboards. Instead, he would seed the drink at universities, nightclubs, gyms, and extreme sports events. He would make Red Bull feel like something you discovered, not something you were sold. On April 1st, 1987, and yes, that is actually April Fool's Day, Red Bull launched in Austria. It was the birth of an entirely new product category. The world had never heard the term energy drink before. What happened next was unlike anything the business world expected. Red Bull didn't just sell a drink, it sold a feeling, an identity, a lifestyle. The marketing strategy was completely unconventional. Instead of sponsoring comfortable mainstream events, Red Bull attached itself to the most extreme, dangerous, and visually spectacular sports on the planet. Cliff diving, base jumping, Formula One, motocross, skateboarding. The brand was saying, this drink is for people who push limits. And it worked. By the 1990s, Red Bull had spread across Europe. By the early 2000s, it was in America, Asia, and beyond. Competitors launched hundreds of copycat products, Monster, Rockstar, hundreds more, but Red Bull held the top position. In 2012, they did something that no brand had ever done before. They funded a man named Felix Baumgartner to jump from the edge of space, 39 kilometers above the Earth, in a Red Bull branded suit. Over 8 million people watched it live on YouTube. It broke world records and generated billions in media coverage. The brand didn't advertise the jump. The jump was the advertisement. By the time Mateschitz passed away in October 2022 at the age of 78, his personal fortune was estimated at $27 billion. Red Bull was selling over 12 billion cans per year across 178 countries. The drink that failed every focus group. The idea that every expert said would never work. The bet made by a 40-year-old toothpaste salesman who was tired of gray suits and gray faces. The next time you crack open a Red Bull, remember what it took to put that can in your hand. A decade of selling toothpaste, a chance encounter in Thailand, 3 years of rejection, a $500,000 gamble on a drink that truck drivers used to stay awake. Dietrich Mateschitz didn't invent a drink, he invented a category, a culture, a brand that 40 years later still gives you wings. If there's one thing the Red Bull story proves, it's that the idea experts call the worst one in the room sometimes becomes the one that changes everything. If you found this story interesting, subscribe. Every week we break down the untold origin stories behind the world's most iconic brands. The next one is even more unbelievable.